surprised me the most was how there was a beautiful, after we would Immanuel journal and talk about what the Lord had been speaking to each of us, there was a common thread. It was just so amazing to see how our hearts were tied together and how we were all tied together with Jesus. And sometimes it was a picture in our minds, sometimes it was, what he had for us. It was beautiful. Sometimes it didn't seem at first there was going to be a thread, and then all of a sudden toward the end of discussion it all came together. It was just stunningly beautiful.
So precious. And we just saw this with we were talking about riding the waves of grief with Lisa, and then Brenda brought up the most beautiful picture. Do you have it still, Brenda? Can you show the camera this picture? Let me unmute you. So here's the picture. Yep. A Japanese painting. There's a tiny rowboat and this huge wave going over. And then Lisa, can you share what the pieces that you just pulled?
Here's my wave.
And you just bought a rowboat.
And I bought a rowboat too, which I can't find in my pile here, but yep, and I bought a rowboat.
It's just really profound how the Lord does this, how he weaves together our stories and what he's speaking to each one of us in such a profound way. Yeah, there was in my last group, one of the girls said that she loves how she's not competitive with the other women in there, but she loves seeing how God loves them, loves on them. Isn't that the sweetest ever? That the bride would enjoy seeing how Jesus takes care of the other parts of the bride and loves on the other parts of the bride. Oh man, so good.
I think I was most surprised at the depth of the connection. Like, I think I wondered, I've been in group spiritual direction, and I thought, how can we connect really only ever seeing each other on a screen? And I like how I love you all. Like, I carry you in my week, and maybe because we do see each other on a screen, but I so clearly see your face when I think of you, and just the level of connection I feel to everybody. I was so sad when I heard, Kim, you aren't going to be with us for a little while, or, if we could only see Brenda once a month. I feel, or not having Damaris here today, I really feel in my heart someone's missing. And so I'm just shocked that, I guess I'm really not shocked. I'm really pleasantly surprised that I think through Immanuel Journaling, we got to know each other in a really deep way.
Yeah. Kay, what has surprised you about this group? And I can stop recording at any time.
To me, and I think I said something about it the first week, Lisa was so broken that first day. And I mentioned something about how would we be 8 weeks from that day? How would we be different? And I feel like we all are. We all are. We've grown together. And it's so amazing to me how us, from different parts of the country and even out of the United States, how we have bonded and not really known each other, and how we weren't afraid to speak from our heart, and we trusted each other. And it's just been, I look so forward to this day, but and like Amy said, because I'm alone so much, it's really helped me unbelievably. It's really helped me so much to be on this Zoom call with y'all each week.
Yes. Kim, what about you? What has surprised you?
Well, my first response is not surprising, but the word that came to my mind was the same as who just said delighted, Amy. But delighted. It was delightful, not surprising, but delightful. Just the way that God showed up so personally, I thought, to each one of us, being, unique individuals. I don't know, Brenda with just the hands-on physical nature of God in her life. I don't know, just seeing the different ways God has shown up. I know that just delighted me.
That's so cool. One of the things that I've learned so much about these groups is that they're a powerful way to overcome shame, because as we're each in a place of rawness at different times, like it's very rare that we're all raw at the same time, but as each of us come at certain times with that rawness, and we stay and we press in and we're attentive, responsive, and engaged, and we don't turn away in the midst of that space of weakness. That for me is hugely healing for the part of my brain that says, if I'm going to share something, that tender, that raw, that vulnerable, that people will either say I'm too much or I'm not enough, and end up turning their face away. That idea of turning the face away is the feeling of shame, and then the walking out of the room is the completion of shame. And so as we turn towards, and we're still in the midst of pain and the midst of trying out community that we don't, it's awkward sometimes to get to know each other at first and to figure out what each person needs and how to stay and love and care for everybody, how to lean in and give space for each person's vulnerable story, that it has value, that there is so much worth in pressing in and loving and being together through the waves, really, of rawness.